The Dallas Mavericks, Luka. So Luka is injured. I think he has a sore thigh. Maybe his hamstring is sore. It's something with his leg. So he's missed the last couple of games. And something interesting happened because I say that the Mavs fans are delusional because I follow a couple of Mavs channels because I want to hear what they think is going on with their team because I like to hear their perspective on it. And most of the time that Luka has been there, the perspective from the Mavs fans is, number one, he doesn't have help. He doesn't have enough help. He doesn't have all-star help. He doesn't have superstar help. He's doing it by himself. He don't have enough playmakers to help him make plays. And that is the reason why he has such a ball-dominant style. And I keep telling people, when you look at the history of it, that's not true. He had all-star level help in two players with Porzingis and Brunson on the same team with him. Porzingis is a capable post player, a 7-3 mismatch with a skill set that can also stretch the floor to the three-point line. They wanted to use him just for the threes, right? Didn't want none of his post help. Didn't want none of his playmaking help. Him to be able to make a play for himself. They just wanted him to be a catch and shoot three-point shooter. Jalen Brunson has a pure point guard mindset. He's been playing point guard his whole life. He's a real point guard with scoring ability. They only wanted him as a secondary scorer. They as far as him being a point guard, we don't care because Lukas go at 6'8", he's going to run point. But his fans would tell you that the only reason why he's running point is because they don't have ball handlers. But they had Jalen Brunson. They also had Kemba Walker and they let him walk. The same year they had. I mean, it's just so weird. They had Burke, Trey Burke. They've had point guards. They don't want point guards. They want Luka to do it all. Right? And every time I get the opportunity to prove some of this stuff to him, I do it. So what happened recently? So Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns have not been winning games. If we just X out the last two games, because they won the last two, Bradley Beal came back last night, and then the game against the Rockets, they made a change. But before that, they was losing. He dropped all the way to the 10th spot. So Kevin Durant was like, I'm going to do something different. So at the beginning of the year, everyone was talking about how the Phoenix Suns did not have a point guard, and they don't think it's going to work with Booker, Beal, and Kevin Durant. They need a point guard. And they came out and Booker played point guard, and he did phenomenal at it. I mean, he was scoring left and right, and he was getting between 7 and 11 assists a game. So all it took for Devin Booker to start averaging between 7 and 11 assists was just to move to the point guard position, which is what I keep telling people about Luka that keep being so impressed. Like, oh my God, he's averaging 30 points and 8 assists. Give him the MVP. And I'm like, look, it's not hard to average 8 assists if you're a good player. Like most of the players in the top 10, Durant, LeBron, Luka, Jokic, Embiid, Kawhi, Steph, Kyrie, anybody in the top 10 that has guard skills that play on the wing, if they played the point guard position, they would average between 7 and 11 assists. So what I keep telling people is, don't be so impressed by the assist numbers. That's by design. Like every team has an assist guy that's getting 7 or between 7 and 11 assists. Every team, good or bad, is usually your point guard. Whoever you design in that offense, James Harden, whoever the case may be, whoever you decide is going to get those assists are going to get them. There's 7 to 10 assists to be had every game for the point guard if the teammates make the shots. So all it takes is the team or the player to decide, I want to be the point guard or I want to be the point forward, and you're going to be penciled in for between 7 and 11 assists every single game, especially in this version of the NBA, was about pace and space and 5 men out high screening roll, and one guy orchestrating all of that and getting all those assists. I mean, it's probably 100 shots a game that go up. Out of those 100, the person who has the ball all the time, who's orchestrating the offense, can find 10 assists out of those 100 shots that go up. So it's all about who you decide is going to play that role. And if you make your best player, who's your primary scorer, also play the point guard role, then you can lock them in for 20 points. At least every team's best player is getting 20 a game. And you can lock them in for 7 to 10 assists. So 20 and 10 is already there. If that player just so happened to not play on ball defense, like in Luka's situation, they like to hide him on defense a lot, so they don't want to put him on the ball handler or on the primary scorer because they don't want him to get in foul trouble. Plus, he probably can't stop that guy. They'll put him out in the corner on a non-scorer or non-shooter, which also makes you a rebound merchant because you get to chase down rebounds because you're not defending the ball or chasing down the primary scorer and contesting his shot for 30 to 35 shots a game. So now you get to relax on the backside, see the shot go up, and then chase down the rebound from the corner. Right. So when you play that role that Luka plays with Dallas, you can be locked in for a triple double every night just by your play style. All right. So the reason why I got Kevin Durant stats up here from when he played the Rockets, who was a good team, is because this is the game that they decided to move Devin Booker off the point guard. They're trying to make an adjustment because they're losing games. How can we find a way to get some wins on our belt? So they made a change and they put Kevin Durant, and he played point forward against the Houston Rockets about 3 nights ago. And these are his numbers. He still got his 27 points. He's averaging 30. So he took a little bit less shots and passed more. He still got his 10 rebounds. He still got his 27 points, except he got 16 assists, all by just deciding that he was going to be the point forward. Kevin Durant decided, I'm going to be the point forward, and it resulted in 16 assists. And then last night, he did the same thing, but Brad Beal came back, so he was the point forward a little bit less than what he was against the Rockets. Against the Rockets, he was the point forward majority of the time. Every now and then, Booker brought it up as well. Every now and then, the backup from the Wizards, I forgot his name. He did his thing, but most of the time it was Kevin Durant handling the ball and making those passes and orchestrating the offense, and it resulted in 16 assists. He got 11 assists last night against the Charlotte Hornets, but they had that game blown out in the third quarter, so they didn't play a lot of the fourth. The final score, it was more gap than what the final score reveals, but the game was decided, so he was probably doing a little bit less by the fourth quarter, but he probably could have had another 15 assist game last night as well. He had 11, right? And I think he only shot in this Rockets game, he only shot the ball 11 times, and he was 8 for 11. Or was that last night? He was 8 for 11 against Charlotte. Against the Rockets, I think he shot 15 times. He was 11 for 15, but field goal percentage is through the roof. He's just taking good shots, and he not forcing it as much because he facilitating. But I say all that to say this: it's not hard to facilitate. Now, what happens when Luka doesn't play for the Mavs because the Mavs fans feel like that there's no playmakers on their team? Luka has to make all the plays because nobody else can pass. Well, I'm looking on the right side. This is the last game Luka played. They scored 110 points. They lost to the Cavs. And if you look at the assist numbers down there, Luka got his 39 points. He had 6 assists, 7 rebounds. He almost on par for his average. His average is 8 assists. He got 6 this game because he was scoring more. He put up 39 points. But Dante Exum, who played point guard coming into the league, he's capable. But this is a guy that the Dallas Mavericks fan would say is not a playmaker. So they would say, Luka has to make all the plays because we don't have playmakers on the team. What do you call Dante Exum? He got 6 assists as well. And then you look at another playmaker down there, Josh Green. He got 5 assists, right? So 6 assists for Luka, 6 for Dante, 5 for Josh Green. Look to the left. This is a game against the Timberwolves without Luka. Luka sat out this game. They scored 110 points. They lost 118 to 110. This is without Luka. They put up the same amount of points, 110, without Luka. Look at the assists. Since we think you can't get assists without Luka, look at these assists. Dante Exum once again got his 6 assists. This is without Luka. Tim Hardaway got the 32 points. So the 30 points that Luka provides, they got it from Tim Hardaway. So he got 32 from Tim Hardaway. Then you go down to Dwight Powell. He got 6 assists because they run a different little offense where it's more ball movement and player movement. So everyone's able to make a play versus the only person who can make a play is Luka or whoever was running point while Luka is out of the game. Right. So you got Powell making reads out of the high post and passing the ball. And then Josh Green still got 5 assists in 15 minutes. So Luka's playing almost the whole game to get his 8 assists, but Josh Green seemed like he can get 5 assists in 15 to 20 minutes. So does Luka have to make all the plays? Is Luka the only person who can make a play? If it's resulting in the same amount of points and I'm still getting 6 assists from 2 players and 5 from 1, just like when Luka was in the game. Right? So let's look at it on a team standpoint. At the bottom of both graphics, you see the assist numbers. When Luka played, they finished with 21 assists for the team. When your team is moving the ball and passing the ball well, you're going to be as close as possible to 30 assists. The Dallas Mavericks averaged about 24 assists a game. That's below the 30 that I use as a threshold of a team that's actually moving the ball well. The Indiana Pacers average about 30 assists a game, and they're number 1. And then, everybody that's after them is like 29, 28. So, when you get up to the 28, 29, 30 range, you're moving the ball pretty well. Anything close to 20, you're not moving the ball well enough. So the teams, and it's coincidentally enough, if you go look at the MVP years for Westbrook, when he averaged a triple-double and when he was averaging 10 to 12 assists a game, his team was always below the bottom in team assists. And it's the same for the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks team assists is down there near the bottom. They're about 25th in the league. That's a big problem because I want my team to have maximum assists. I don't want my best player to have maximum assists. So you got a player that's averaging 8 to 10 assists a game, but what is that doing for your team? It's not putting up more points because you're putting up about the same without them. And it's not giving you more assists. You're actually putting up more assists without them. Because you look to the left, they got 23 assists without Luka against the best defense in the league. So if I'm still not getting enough assists because I want to run this offense where I rely on one guy to feed everybody, it's time for a play change. It's time for a style change, right? So Kevin Durant showed us that. All it took for him to say was, you know what, let me run point. And he gets the double-digit assist. It was Booker. It was going to Booker when he was running point. All it did was switch it and let Durant run point, and now he getting 10 assists. Go look at every team. They have an assist guy that's always getting between 7 to 10. But the best teams have multiple guys doing it. And the best team have an offense where the ball is moving and multiple guys, anybody can get an assist. And the Mavs offense is only designed for Luka to get an assist. Everyone else is getting their assists off schedule. But by design, the assist belongs to Luka and everybody else get it off schedule. So I just wanted to point that out. People still think this is a phenomenal thing that this dude is averaging near a triple-double, and I'm telling you, it's fool's gold. Adopt the Bella style of offense, move Luka off the ball, and let someone run point. right? The last thing I say about it is another example when Kemba Walker was signed by them last year. I think they gave Kemba a try before they did the trade for Kyrie. They bought Kemba in because the same thing. They kept saying, we don't have no playmakers. We don't have no playmakers. We need somebody to take the pressure off of Luka and all this stuff. And then Luka got hurt. They bought in Kemba Walker, and he came in off the streets. And then the Dallas offense, where the point guard or whoever the ball handler is, got the green light to take all the shots, but he also is making all the passes. He came out there and gave you 32 off the streets and 7 assists. He walked off the streets and got 7 assists in the offense. So I'm not impressed. Luka can pass. He can pass. But I'm not looking at his assist numbers and like, oh, I'm amazed, because I know that's by design. He's going to get those. Right? Be amazed with the wins. Be amazed with the caliber of wins. They still haven't beaten the MVP candidate or beaten a team with an MVP candidate on it. The MVP candidates are Jokic, Embiid, Tatum, Edwards, SGA, Giannis, right? Those guys, and then Luka is, but you got 6 guys. Luka has played. Oh, and Fox. I think Fox is a candidate as well. Luka has played all 7 of those. No, not all 7. He hasn't played Embiid yet, I don't think. But he's played Jokic, he's played SGA, he's played Fox, he's played Edwards. He might have not played Giannis yet. So Giannis and Embiid, I don't think he played. But the rest of them, he's lost against every last one of them, head-to-head battles. Right? That says something. His team ain't ready, and it ain't got nothing to do with the personnel. It has something to do with the offensive play style.